Nissan boldly stated that the Juke was their bold urban sport cross vehicle, and indeed it was bold. The Juke featured polarizing styling that was love it or hate it, to be sure. Nissan said in its publication that the Juke is small with a big bite. It lays claim to an all-new breed, the Turbocharged Sport Cross. The intentions are clear: ride high, stand out, and move quickly. Inside was just as sporty, with the center console bearing resemblance to a sport bike fuselage, and it could be had in either liquid red or liquid gray finishes. In addition, the very cool icon display was a reconfigurable climate control and drive mode selector. More on that later. The Juke was first introduced at the 2010 Geneva Motor Show and introduced to the North American market at the 2010 New York International Auto Show for the 2011 model year, of which we are looking at today. Hey everyone, in today's in-depth review we're taking a look at this, well, rather dirty I'm afraid, chrome silver metallic 2011 Nissan Juke with a black leather interior. The Juke was available in 3 trims with a variety of powertrain and transmission availabilities as shown below. What we have here is a fully loaded SL all-wheel drive Juke, and its full pricing is shown on screen with its options list in the description box below. I've always been partial to the Juke and have secretly liked its somewhat controversial styling. Sadly, in North America, it was replaced by the much more staid Kicks, while the rest of the world gets a more updated and redesigned F16 Juke. While Jukes could be had in either front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, our Juke is the latter. The all-wheel drive system is a torque vectoring type which transfers engine power in a 50-50 ratio and can also be split from side to side across the rear axle. Via toggle switch, the driver can select from two-wheel drive and keep it in front-wheel drive. Select the middle section or on the switch for all-wheel drive V, which distributes the torque from 100 to 0 to 50-50 front and rear. In addition to automatically vectoring torque between left and right rear wheel based on road conditions. Lastly, the driver can select all-wheel drive, which places the Juke in full-time all-wheel drive mode. Power comes from the MR16 AWD 1.6-liter turbocharged and intercooled dual overhead cam 16-valve, 99 cubic inch displaced inline 4-cylinder engine. This engine is of aluminum block and head construction with gasoline direct injection and a 10.5 to 1 compression ratio. This engine creates 188 horsepower at 5,600 RPM and 177 pound-feet of torque at 2,000 RPM. The Juke, even in CVT and all-wheel drive form, is quite quick for its segment and can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 7 seconds. 0 to 100 miles per hour comes in at 18.3 seconds, and the quarter mile is elapsed in 15.4 seconds at a 92 mile per hour trap speed, with its top speed drag limited to 130 miles per hour. Even though the press information and the brochures say the Juke has 13.2 US gallon fuel capacity, the window sticker reports an 11.8 US gallon fuel capacity. The Juke consumes 3.7 gallons per 100 miles driven, with an estimated total driving range of 318 miles. EPA fuel economy figures are 25 miles per gallon in the city, 29 miles per gallon on the highway, and a combined average of 27 miles per gallon. While a 6-speed manual gearbox is standard, unfortunately on the all-wheel drive versions, said transmission is not available and only comes with the Xtronic CVT transmission with sport mode and manual shift capabilities. Alright, and looking around the rear, not as crazy. Still kind of carrying the same theme as the front. You do have kind of an odd shaped lift gate here, and then you got your tail lamps, which actually go up into the glass. They kind of do an L sweep, where they integrate your brake lights, tail lights, turn indicators, and reverse lamps. No LED lights here. I think this is actually probably one of the stronger body lines here, where that wheel arch kind of comes out. Down below,
You do have a stainless steel exhaust tip.
Along the profile, the Juke is tall but short with the all-wheel drive system. Features upgraded rear multi-link suspension and front independent McPherson struts. The Juke features a cradle-type subframe for greater lateral stiffness, complete with front and rear stabilizer bars. The hidden rear door handles give a coupe-like appearance. Steering is hydraulically assisted, vehicle speed sensitive, variable rate rack and pinion with 2.7 turns lock to lock and a 36.4 foot turning radius. Wheels are 17 by 7 inch 5 split spoke aluminum shod in 215/55 R17 Matrix Tour RS all season tires. Brakes are power assisted 4-wheel disc brakes assisted by ABS, electronic brake force distribution, active brake assist, and feature 11.7 inch ventilated rotors up front and 11.5 inch solid rotors in the rear. These brakes can halt the Juke from 70 miles per hour to 0 in 171 feet.
Alright, and around the front is where the Juke is probably the weirdest looking. Which actually, in my opinion, isn't a bad thing, because when it came out, this is the first model year of the Juke. When it came out, everything looked pretty much the same. So it could be said that the Juke was very much a standout. You've got your parking lights up here, turn indicators up here on these wing light lights. Down below are your headlamps, and down even further are your fog lamps. Has kind of a crazy grille going on with Nissan's V-Motion center. Just overall an odd styling for a crossover SUV. I think that's why I like it, because it's different. Alright, even though this is the fully loaded SL model, we do not have remote start. However, we do have smart key access system. Using Nissan's intelligent key access, you're able to lock and unlock the vehicle. Pressing the black button here. 2 beeps indicate locking. To unlock, simply grab the handle or press the button. You'll hear a single beep that indicates unlocking. Alright, here is the interior of the Juke. It's a pretty compact area. Alright, along the doors, we do have kind of a soft touch vinyl grain material on the doors. We have this sporty cloth. We have this liquid chrome silver painted door accents. Of course, we're equipped with power windows, power mirrors, and power door locks. Power mirror switches on the actual dashboard itself. Chrome door pulls. Molded map pockets. Alright, here's the dash controls here. The blank switch here. You have power mirrors here. Traction control and your all-wheel drive switch. And down below, fuel door release, hood release. As we can see here, seats are manually adjustable. Backrest, or this is your elevator. And then this is your backrest adjust. And speaking of the seats, black leather with perforated inserts. They do have red accent stitching, which is a nice touch. There's also red accents inside the perforations. I do like that as well. Overall, the seats are very comfortable. They're pretty supportive. Alright, now we're inside, panning through the interior, show more details. As you can see here, nice, fluid, easy to use power assisted steering on a leather wrapped 3-spoke steering wheel, satin silver inserts. You've also got perforated leather inserts on both sides. Multifunction controls here. You have your audio controls, volume controls, Bluetooth controls. Over on the right side, you have your cruise control switches. Alright, set inside of a instrument or a motorcycle inspired instrument binnacle. Satin silver trim continues. It does have like a floating bezel here. Over here, we have an 8,000 RPM tack.
Front and center is our orange backlit LCD. Does display our odometer, trip odometer, coolant temperature gauge on the left, fuel gauge on the right, and down below our gear position indicator. This button here controls your instrument panel brightness, and this button here cycles through your trip computer. And over on the right, we have a 150 mile per hour speedometer. Alright, panning over the top of the dash, it is pretty much hard plastics. Oddly enough, Nissan engineers and designers decided to put the hazard switch in its own little binnacle here. Kind of an odd touch. Alright, moving down the center stack. It's got this graphite gloss bezel. Because this is an SL, it does have Nissan's navigation system as standard equipment. Placing the vehicle in reverse also activates the backup camera. That does feature position indicators, but they are stationary. Alright, and moving down, we have the icon system or integrated control. Right now we're actually in climate, so as you can see here, single zone automatic climate control, air conditioner on and off, panel distribution buttons here, fresh air or recirculate down here, and of course your fan speed. Now the really cool thing about Icon is these two buttons here. You got climate and D mode. D mode is basically your drive mode select. This is where it really gets cool. You press this and the whole display changes. Buttons, dials, everything, they all change. Alright, so this one here, you can still control your climate control as you can see, but as you can see also your fan speed is gone. So now these have all changed for your drive mode. So you got normal, sport, and eco. Right now we're in normal, so it shows our battery, shows our torque. If we do into sport, gives you kind of what's going on here. Boost pressure gauge. Go into eco, puts everything into eco mode. And then it shows you your eco levels here, and it gives you a star rating from 0 stars all the way up to 5. You can also go into setup, and by using what was your fan speed is now all of your different modes. Drive info. This will show your G-forces, your speed, miles, all that kind of stuff. Eco info. And then setting it back to climate. Puts it back into normal. It's kind of cool. I really like that. Alright, and down below you have an auxiliary input jack, a USB port, a small little storage area with a grippy rubber surface, and another 12-volt power point. Alright, center console. According to Nissan, engineers styled this to kind of look like the center portion, the saddle area, and the fuel tank of an Italian sports bike, especially when it was painted red. Now, because we have a silver car, this is actually painted silver. It's still kind of a neat styling touch, though. We do have Nissan's CVT transmission. I really wish this had a manual, because CVT, Nissan, they just don't they're not very sporty, sadly. 2 cup holders, nice and deep, and not like we need them today, heated seats. You've also got a real handbrake. Overall, I like the interior of the Juke. I think I always have liked the Juke. It's always been just a goofy little car that I've just really liked, and I'm glad to hear that Nissan's bringing it back, even though the North American market is not getting them. Just a standard day-night manually dimming mirror. Overhead, we have overhead map lights and area lighting controls. You can also turn it completely off. We have our power sunroof control and our Bluetooth microphone. Vinyl padded sun visors, non-illuminated vanity mirrors,
Sun visors swing out, but do not slide out. There is no slide out extension, so you do have a large portion of glass that will be uncovered. And you have overhead assist handles. They are not dampened. Alright, now let's take a look at the rear seat. Handles are up in the black trim. Alright, here's the door trim back here. This is actually all hard plastic back here, not like up front. We still have that liquid silver bezel here, power window switch, chrome door pulls, and an integrated bottle holder. Alright, let's take a look at these seats. Alright, rear seats do seat, oddly enough, 3 across, although it will be a cramped ride if you do so. Outboard seats have high adjustable head restraints. All passenger seating areas have 3-point belts. The perforated leather continues back here with the red accents and the red accent stitching. These are a 60-40 split folding seat. Rear passengers have assist handles. There is no rear lighting back here. Seat back mat pocket only on the back of the passenger seat, not on the driver's seat. You've also got 2 cup holders here as well. It is important to note that there is no armrest in the back seat or the front seat for that matter. Alright, folding the seats is extremely easy. Little plunger here, just lift up. And there you go. Simple as that. This folds flat. Easy access to the cargo area. Completely flat and flush. Alright, let's take a look at the luggage area. Underneath the Nissan logo, there's a membrane switch. Alright, here we go. Due to the hatchback design, you have a really nice cargo area. It is nice and flat. It is kind of high though. We do have the premium Rockford Fosgate sound system back here. Carpeted floor mats, part of the option group. Underneath here, you have your spare tire with jack and tools. Alright. Overall, decent amount of load space, luggage space. Folding the seats is very easy back here as well. Alrighty, this does conclude our in-depth look at the 2011 Nissan Juke. We hope you liked the review. If you'd like to see more like that, please comment down below. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/neighborhoodcarreviews. And our Instagram channel at BrensoJ1. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.